help me welcome onto stage, we call him Comrade Somolakai. He is the Director of International Relations within the Universal Greening Organization. A big round of applause, Comrade Som.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tonight. Master of ceremonies, jack of all trades, master of everything again. When I came into this room, I thought I was lost. I saw people who looked familiar because they once sent me the Head and Shoulders photos. And I was confused because I kept on saying, Haibo, I think I know you. Mara tonight, they panel beated you. Guys, give a round of applause for the UGO fellows. They look stunning. They look stunning. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm duty bound to introduce our guests. I don't call them guests, I call them family, because they are partners in the impact industry. He has made himself a champion of youth development. My beloved chairman, before I introduce guests, happy belated birthday and thank you. They asked me to introduce guests. We are deeply honored to be in the presence and the grace of our guest of honor, the Honorable Ibrahim Sano, the Minister of Youth Affairs of the Republic of Sierra Leone. The Honorable Minister is accompanied by ministry officials, Mr. Sandy and Miss Franklina. You know them as DECO. Allow me to introduce Ms. Mampurane Karon Khomo, who is the Deputy Director at Department of International Relations and Cooperations. I think we are all waiting for something from her department because they kept us there for 2 full days from 8 until 4:30. You know them as DECO. This is DECO. Yes, we want to be decorated. We are pleased to be in the presence of the Botswana National Youth Council Board Chairperson, Mrs. Sorry. I did that by mistake. Or was it intentional? Ms. Millicent Sitaile, my boss within the country, representing Team Botswana Baka. Banana Bakai. Banana Bakai. Mudla still our Naki. Yes, I'm saying something very suspicious in vernacular. Yes. In absentia, we were joined by the president of the Sierra Leone National Youth Council, Mr. Tejan Keller. I think those of you who have had the pleasure met him. Unfortunately, he left, or fortunately, he left last night. Let me recognize again. I learned this from Muvangu. Don't judge me. Vuvafui. Kosi Yama host. We call him General Matekwe internally at UGO. The UGO executive chairperson and founder, Mr. Tarifani Chitomurumuni, our host. I think from here, Chairman, I should borrow a cap or something and collect birthday present on your behalf. Esteemed guests, allow me to also introduce the power bank, the implementer, representing the UGO board. She's busy playing so many roles. I think that's why she's helicopter there. The chopper. Our MC, Ms. Zizile Kumalonyembe. Namaste, Comrade Z. She would say, good morning. Good morning. Yes, I walked into a Dr. Phil session during one of her facilitating sessions. It's heavy, but she always delivers. Let me also introduce to you the engine of the movement, He's the generator. There's the dreamer and the doer. There's the architect and the engineer. The architect is crazy because he would dream wild things. The engineer would come and put order to chaos. The UGO co-founder and chief executive officer, Mr. Rindarani Maraganeja. Within the same space, let me also appreciate all UGO staff that are here present, the UGO team behind the scenes. Thank you so much.
Chief Executive Officer, we wish to move with the program. We're told you are the doer. Please come do the opening remarks.
By now you must know the language. No, I'm happy with the response. My director of international relations has just put me on the spot. But I guess I don't have any option but to just to just flow with the flow. Program director, mine is not that heavy. I'm here to just do the welcome remarks. But colleagues, allow me to start with the vision of UGO Fellowship Program before I welcome you all. Colleagues, allow me to say it took us 7 years for you to sit here. I love the reflections and the motivation that you guys were exposed to. That you don't start today and tomorrow it happens. It takes you a bit of time, but you must never give up. If you go to your Google and you go to Department of Social Development, you'll hear the executive chairman defining UGO Fellowship Program. Did this program did something to you? The ball is in your court. South Africa, are you happy with only 2 stamps that you have? Or do you want to do something about that? Now it's up to you, colleagues. At the same time, I want to welcome you on the mentorship program you have just graduated to. Colleagues, feel welcome. This is your day. Those who can dance, the stage is here.
Honorable Chair, please, CEO has told us from 2018. Take us back to 11 years ago. Ladies and gentlemen, the founder, the executive chair of Universal Greening Organization.
Good evening, colleagues. Saying this to say to young people, we glorify laziness. And we do this because we are limited by what we call darkness. When it becomes dark, you think everything must stop. So I'm saying this to say to you, that's not how we should operate. We should be people who are not defined by time. We should be defined by the desire to become something. What we did with my CEO here, we started making calls. Do you have trees? Yeah, remember the call came around 7, but we started making these calls. I remember where we got grass. It was 12 midnight. The guy said, I've got grass. We said, no, it's fine, we're coming. Early in the morning, 7 o'clock, everything was ready. The trees were there, the grass, every single thing was ready. And when that man came, he said, I knew you could do this. But I'm saying all this to say, it does not come easy. It takes a lot of sleepless nights. When I was 20, my CEO was 21, he's a brother to me, older brother. I had a vision. I said, we need to take young people, particularly students, from the theory that they learn in class. Let's convert that into practical. And the reason we wanted to do that was because we're sitting in class, we're learning about all these things, but there's no space for us to go and practice this. So we said, let's start a vehicle that will help us to convert that. But the second thing we wanted to do was that as young people, we are sitting in class, studying, getting high marks, but not in touch with the reality. Ours was just to get good marks. We didn't care about what was happening outside. Whether the policies are changing, whether company X, company Y is hiring, we didn't know about that. But we said we need mentors who will then plug us with the reality. As we get good marks, we need to also relate with what's happening in the field. But lastly, we said we want to convert the research that we do into grassroots community development projects. Because we realize that there are a lot of research that are being done. And young people do their masters and honors and PhDs for them to pass. But I always say, when you do your masters, you have identified a problem, right? And you are going to then come with recommendations. Why do we then convert these and put it in the library? Because you have got solution. 2024 cohort, you were the first youth group in South Africa to receive protocol, diplomacy, and etiquette training from a civil society. And this year she said, let's expand this thing. Let's not just do it for South Africans. Let's bring all of them together. Kenya, Sierra Leone, Botswana, all of them. Bring them. If there are wars I need to fight behind doors, I will definitely fight those wars. But I want these young people to understand what it means to be a diplomat, because we are pushing what we call people-to-people diplomacy. And we believe that these young people will carry the vision. I'm not the main speaker, but I love preaching, particularly because what we are talking about here talks about the future of Africa. I want to see you guys replicating. I want you to pay it forward. We started here. We are giving it to you. Please carry on the baton. Replicate the work. Thank you so much.
She is the chairperson of the board of the Botswana National Youth Council. Not only from the Botswana National Youth Council, there are so many people behind the scenes, just on behalf of our partners behind the scenes, so that the young people here also take away that it's not easy to put this work together, and we are not an island. A message of support, Miss Millicent. Can you please give a big round of applause? Leadership.
I'm going to fight her after this. Good evening. Dumelang. Lekai. Amen. My name is Millicent Sataile, as it has been mentioned, and I am standing on the shoulders of a giant, which is our President, Advocate Dimaboko, and I was sent here by our Minister of Youth and Gender Affairs, Honorable Lesego Chombo, to come with the young people from Botswana. Hello, Lekai. Come on. We are very privileged as a country of Botswana to have been participating in this pivotal program, because it's not usual that we get to see young people being groomed in practical ways for them to take up space and for them to take up leadership space. most of us had to figure it out as we went. I will always tell the story that the first time I was being appointed to be chairperson of National Youth Council, as a young leader, to be given the platform to be in the presence of a president. So it's programs like this that build young people, and it's programs like this that celebrate young people as mobilizers, as leaders of change that they want to see. And Botswana is 100% pledging their support to the organization. We had this discussion at length yesterday that we are happy to host next year. We want to show you what our country has. We don't only have diamonds, but we have a beautiful country. We have amazing beef, for sure. We really have amazing beef. But we really also have a culture that speaks of Botu. A culture that speaks of grace and leading with grace. We changed our government for the first time in 59 years last year, and we put a different party, which shows that people have power, and it is the young people who were trained here and who've been part of this program this year that now understand the power that they have in making and being the catalyst of change that they want to see. So I look forward to seeing how best we take up the space and the green space, because it's a new initiative that is coming up and a new program that is coming up, but we know that climate change is already leading us, so we have to catch up. So thank you to the team, and again, I look forward to hosting you all in Botswana next year. Thank you.
Help me welcome the Honorable Ibrahim Sano. A big round of applause.
Conversation. So I want it to be lively. Good evening again. Good evening. Great. This speech is for you, and this speech is to honor you, because the vision that was conceived with the birth of African Union is just what you are resonating again. This, my favorite program, which I don't normally follow again, don't quote me, used to be what you guys have. You know what I'm saying, which was the Big Brother for Africa. It brought Africa together then. A conglomerate of all countries. I remember Sierra Leone participated once or twice, and we had some of our cohorts traveling for the first time coming to South Africa. We don't know what happened, but we need it again. But we have made it to this point now that we can fly and we can go to places. And when we are put in a policy position, the very first thing we think about is to go buy a house in UK or the US. Are you the African who will sit in an office and see corruption and adore it at the masses, at the suffering masses of the entire people? Are you that African that you still want us to look for aid from Donald Trump or the US or the UK when God has given us everything? It's a question I leave with you. But I believe, as I conclude, that I am that one African, that I have a dream. Just like Martin Luther said, that 7 years ago, our forefathers thought of a many nations, grown of sea or whatever it was, that what all men are created equal. And I'm saying, Africa, we are all one, and together we can. And Africa for Africa. Thank you very much. God bless you, Gio, and God bless Africa. Amanda! Thank you.
Of Youth Affairs. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you, hailing all the way from the Republic of South Africa, Mr. Musa Nkosi.
My name is Musa Nkosi, all the way from the University of Mpumalanga Mbombela campus. Congratulations to Kenya, you really took good care of us. Kenyan Airways, a special flight Boeing 737-800, most safest plane that is currently for commercial use. What happened is we took off in Johannesburg or Tambo International Airport. In closing the landing, when we were about to land to Nairobi, she started speaking in Swahili. Something I couldn't talk to anyone.
want to join our delegation to G20 program.
This was not planned at all. This is not staged. Ladies and gentlemen, dinner is served.
UGO has really helped me to grow, and I believe that it looks impossible until it is done. UGO play a great role in my life, and I'm willing to take a step after this.